changing of Garden Aurora, which, Fran Shaw got involved in trying to stir the pot again. That fell flat on their face. We got young Hispanics there too. We've got 5 or 6 new PCs that are gonna join there. We've got a whole pile of, you remember that whole field.
9 July, Planning and Zoning Commission.
Campaign. Vaguely, but when they tried to, they changed the precincts from 10 to 21, to maintain control. I'm fixing that, putting it back to 10, and ever since I did that, Auckland is already up to, they're ready to go back to.
Good.
That's exactly what I'm doing, exactly.
Yeah, the recorder's
Are you
on.
ready, sir, with your video recorder? Are you ready to start?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're ready. Greetings, Neil. Greetings, Neil. All right, how you guys? Ready to go? All right. I'm going to call to order the regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission for the Village of Campton Hills. Can I have a roll call, please?
Yeah, certainly. Chairman Frederick?
Here.
Starting with
Here.
you tonight.
Yes.
Commissioner Lorario?
Here.
Commissioner Anderson? Here. Commissioner Teat? Here. Mr. Kopek?
Present.
Commissioner Johnson is absent. Commissioner McKelvey is absent. And we have the village attorney. Introduce yourself, Troy.
Hi, Village Attorney Troy Wallace.
All right.
Thanks.
And that's it. Secretary Brown.
All right, we have a quorum? Okay, excellent. The next item is to approve the minutes of the Planning and Zoning Commission from the last meeting. However, I'm just going to make some comments, since I know there's a fair number of people here. The village has received a notification from the petitioner for Headwaters Academy to continue or postpone the public hearing. So just to let everybody know here, to be respectful of your time, you're more than welcome to stay, but there will be no discussion on the Headwaters petition for a special use, all right? So I just want to make sure everybody, ahead of time, everybody understands that. It might take us a little while to go through the 45 pages of minutes and stuff, so I just want to make sure that everybody's aware. We will not be discussing it as a board, and we will basically, the only thing we will do is we will vote to continue it. That would be our plan for today, all right? Okay, having that out of the way, good evening, Mr. Johnson, welcome.
Can I ask you, did they give a reason why they wanted it delayed? And when is it expected to be recessed?
We are going to have that discussion at the end of the meeting about when it will be done. We'll have to set a date certain for that, and that will be at the end of the meeting.
Did
And
they say why they wanted it delayed?
I did not see a specific reason why. I know that the attorney has been retained, so I don't know if the attorney needed more time, but that was their request, was to postpone. So there wasn't a specific reason. Okay, all right, so on to item number 3, approval minutes of the Planning and Zoning special meeting of June 18th. First, we'll start off with thanking Mr. Brown for the large task that it was. I know you tried some software to help, and that had some limitations on it, so there were some things that were doubled up, and I did send my corrections to Mr. Brown, and mostly kind of just deleting some things that the software would repeat. If you say, I remember now, it'll go, it'll repeat things, so we were just.
I'm sorry, I do have one other question, just really quick, because obviously we're all here for one reason, and we're gonna go. Don't we have a right to notification of what happened? We're all here for the meeting, and clearly there was no notification or posting or anything in regards to the meeting being changed.
I believe that was just because it came in today.
Yeah.
So,
Came in about 1 o'clock.
About 1 o'clock today.
But do they have the right to postpone the vote just like that on the snap of the finger when none of us were notified? Don't we have to, like, 24 hours notice or 48 hours notice or something like that? Isn't that?
No. And did you have to get a comment? But I'd say no, there's no requirement for that. They're asking for a continuation, and petitioner says we want more time. It's like, okay. So we're just giving them more time.
Okay. 'Cause it's
And that's why I started off letting everybody know, because I know there's a lot of people here, and I want to be respectful of your time. We're not going to be discussing it, So if you'd like to stay, you're more than welcome to stay, but if you,
I'm curious about notification.
Yeah.
I just didn't know
okay,
if that worked.
yeah. Would you want your microphone on, please? Yeah. Yes.
But they have a right to speak tonight, at
Not
the
on the,
hearing?
not on the
Or do
headwaters.
they?
No.
Or do they?
Because we continued it from last time, the hearing. So we don't continue that tonight?
Nope.
No? But we're going to continue
We'll
in the
continue the
future?
hearing to a date certain, which will be determined after, towards the end.
Right.
So we're going to determine a date certain that will be the next time for
Right.
this, for discussion and everything.
Because
So it
that's
won't
what
be
we did
discussion.
last time. We set tonight as the continuation.
Right, that
Right.
was a continuation.
And
So,
so-
but the parties aren't here, so it's unfair to have one, it's unfair to have just the petitioner here and not the public. And the same thing would be unfair to have the public
Okay.
here and not the petitioner.
So
So we're going to.
The
basically
next,
postpone.
the next meeting, then the public will be able to speak.
If the petitioner's here and everything, yes, that would be the plan. That would be the plan,
Okay.
yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so, all right, we're kind of interrupting the program.
My concern is they're gonna continue to do that, and we all come, you know, how many times can they continue? Like, is this gonna be a circle that we're gonna do forever?
There's, I don't know, there's a limitation on time, or is that just from when we send it to the village board? I believe there's a limitation of time.
There's, well, we're supposed to review and then forward a recommendation within a certain amount of time. I believe it's 60 days, and then the
Yeah.
village board has 60 days. It is, it's frequently, an applicant will request more time, particularly when you've had a portion of the hearing and there's been comments raised, there were several issues brought up. So they want to, I think they're just gathering data or information. I know they had talked to me about a PowerPoint presentation. I don't know the status of where they are on any of that, but it's not unusual in these situations when you continue a hearing, then they realize, gosh, we have more time. And I know the applicant did engage an attorney, and that was just, to my understanding, maybe a week, 2 weeks ago. He's probably not up to speed. So, but they don't really, I mean, it's not a game to them. I mean, ultimately, if they kept requesting a continuation, at some point, we would have to say, hey, we need to come on with the show. We have this application that's been pending, you've been given adequate time. But I don't think that's their intention to make people come to the meetings or jerk people around. I think they just need more time.
Question, and I would leave you to your business. How are we notified of, because obviously we're all gonna go and we'll let you go to your business, but how are we notified of the next meeting date?
It'll be on the village website.
Okay, so there's nothing that's gonna be sent out, and just we need to watch the website.
It'll be posted on the village website, the next meeting location and time.
Or you just stick around for another, I don't think this will take us that long. You stick around until we determine the date, and then you'll walk out of here knowing when that meeting will be. All right.
Okay.
We just have the agenda, the minutes, and then a public comment on non-agenda items, and then we're gonna discuss the date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Real quick, would it be fair to say that it benefits them, the particular group, to get a date and get this going as well, or they're not gonna come to any conclusion that they may be looking for, correct?
The petitioner?
Yeah.
I think it's in their benefit to bring it forward as quickly as possible, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
just wanted to clear that out.
yeah, okay. All right, all righty. Okay, so for the approval of the minutes, the Planning and Zoning Commission, there's a lot of pages, and I did forward mine. Both, mainly they were just strikeouts or grammatical things. Nothing changed the actual text or meaning of any of the comments. So, Jim, you have a question or a concern?
No, I was just saying, I
Uh,
made your corrections. I found a few others
Mr.
going
Kopech?
through the other time.
Well, the one that jumped out at me was on item 3 under the approval of minutes where paragraph
I'm
says.
having a hard time hearing because everybody's talking.
If you'd like to have some discussions, respectfully, if you could take it outside, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Mr. Kopech.
Under approval of minutes, where it says Commissioner Kopech, that paragraph,
What page is this?
It's on page 1.
Okay.
That whole paragraph, well, I guess most of it makes sense if you put where it says, on the third, or is it 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth line says comments, starting with comments, all right. If that was probably our chairman's comments.
You just want to strike the last two sentences?
We can
Comments?
strike the
Strike
last-
comments, all right, and then heard done, motion just,
If we strike the last two comments, but the main point is, there's no results of the vote to approve the minutes.
I see what you're saying.
In these minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so we'll just add in, add in that there's approval, the minutes were approved by a voice vote.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Right.
Maybe right where it starts with, on that third paragraph of Mr. Kopic, where it starts comments, or you could just get from that, the last sentence and a half, just delete that and
Yeah.
just add that in. Okay,
Okay.
good. That's all you got.
Okay. So is this a transcription program that's supposed to do voice to text, supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried two.
Limitations.
One was bad, the other was much better. The words were all correct. The issue is, as the chairman indicated, people don't always talk clearly. They talk
Yeah.
simultaneously. There were, the duplicate words were said, just like I'm speaking now. It's not a clear sentence. And then there were other instances where there were sentences omitted. That's probably what happened with the voice thing. So I was trying to listen
Yeah.
going along once it had transcribed and listen, and it had omitted, occasionally it omitted an entire sentence or two sentences. I don't know why. So that's probably what happened there.
Darn.
Yeah, so,
Good try.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there's a couple things on the next page, page 2, there's like, I think like an example with Canton, Canton,
Right.
Canton Hills, and thing, instead of Campton, so little corrections like that.
Oh, excuse me, but, yeah, the other thing in that paragraph is it misspelled my name
Okay.
in the first line, end of the first line.
Right. I tried to catch it.
No, with an extra K.
It happens a lot.
Lots on there, okay. All right.
Okay.
What else? Anybody have other corrections? I mean, like I said, I submitted all of mine. But there were, like I said, grammatical and basically just to clear things up sometimes, just striking a sentence just seemed to be the simplest thing to do.
Okay, I move to approve the minutes with the corrections as stated.
I'll second that.
Okay?
I'll second that.
All those in favor of aye to approve the minutes from June 18th? Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Motion carries. Approval of the minutes as amended. All right. Public comment. Now, here's a chance for public comment, but on non-agenda items. So if you have an opportunity to say something not about Headwaters, but about something else, because Headwaters is on the agenda, if you have a comment on something other than that, this would be a time to speak. If not, we'll move on to the next item. Just give it an opportunity. Okay. So no public comments on non-agenda items. Item number 5, public hearing for the Headwaters application for special use. And repeating, as we had before, we had a letter requesting a continuation. And so I think that's what we'd like to do, is to continue it. Looking at then, to what date certain do we want to continue that to? I believe there was some communication in the letter about certain dates that the applicant was available for, but more importantly, when are we available? So if we're looking at the calendar, right now, our regular scheduled meeting is the second Wednesday of every month. So our next regular scheduled meeting would be, looks like August 13th, right? 8/13. The applicant did offer July 30th, which is 3 weeks from today. It is a Wednesday. So that would be a next opportunity, it would be a special meeting, but we could do July 30th as a possibility and still maintain our August 8th, 13, which would be 2 weeks later, basically 2 weeks later, which I believe will be then, other business will be following that as well.
Yeah.
So I guess I would have a tendency to want to get this thing going a little bit sooner, so we don't have a couple public hearings going. It could be a zoning hearing. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So what does people's schedules look like for July 30th here, 7 PM, which would be the last Wednesday in July, 3 weeks from tonight? Think we could get a quorum? I know I will be here. I would be available.
I'm good for July 30th, as long as, you know, the applicants can be here, and if
Yeah.
Yeah, I
people
think
that need
that's
to
one of the
speak up
dates that they
wanna-
indicated that
can
they
make
would be
that date,
available.
you know, I'm good with it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And it sound good for you? Okay.
I'm good.
Good for you? How's it look, Chris?
I should be available.
Okay, all right. Jerry, you checking or?
Yes.
So right now, we have a quorum for July 30th, would be a special meeting,
Okay?
okay?
Yeah.
And then we still have a regular scheduled meeting for August 13th.
We could, yeah. Uh-huh.
So, and that would be 2 weeks after that, so.
I'll note, Tuesday, August 19th is a village board meeting.
Yes, yeah, that was one
That's
of
one
their,
of the things they
one of their
suggested,
options, yeah, that was not gonna work.
Yeah, if we do it the 30th, then we at least have more advanced time for the village to do their thing.
Yeah, because then the petitioner basically was out till September, so, like I said, they talked about early September as other options, they threw out a few dates, so.
Still 7.
Yeah, 7 PM on July 30th, all right, so let's do that, 7 PM, July
Yeah.
30th for a special meeting, so
Do-
we'll have a motion to
I
continue
move July 30th be a special meeting to consider the Headwaters.
as a continuation of the public hearing
Continuation of the public hearing.
for Headwaters Academy. All right, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, second it by Andrew. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay, motion carries for the next meeting at July 30th, special meeting, followed by the regular meeting at August 13th. All right. Item 6 is not applicable. Any other comments before I want to ask one other thing before we set for adjournment, which does go along with dates. So would you be, I mean, I know the summertime, we should kind of cut down to one. Would there be the possibility of looking at 2 hearings in August, pending upcoming hearing and stuff? So I'd like to kind of set up possibly 2 in August and 2 in September. It's the second and fourth Wednesdays is what I'd like to tentatively set up for. That way, we would have available time to work on the impending zoning hearing that's coming. So that's my thought process. So it'd be August 13th and August 27th. And then it would be September 10th and 24th.
So you're saying August 27th would be the second?
Yes. So at August 13th and August 27th, and then September 10th and September 24. And, you know, if there's nothing there, we'll cancel, you know, but just anticipating, I'd just kind of like to get that on the schedule ahead of time, so we have the room, and we have people's schedule, so we can work on things if needed. All right? So-
I'll note, I've talked to 3 potential applicants. I haven't received an application yet. One would be for a rezoning, another would be for subdivision and rezoning, and another would be for a variance. And then
Okay.
there's the potential annexation. We wouldn't handle that, but there would be a rezoning, plan unit development after that. So we potentially have 4 over the next months. I the three people I'm talking with, I doubt very much, we're getting kind of close for the public notice time, so it's going to be tight for any of those to make the August 13th meeting.
Okay. All right, but there is stuff coming down the.
There
down the
is, yeah,
pike.
there should be.
Okay. September 10th and September 24th. Everybody feel like it could work? We can get a quorum? Tentatively right now? Sounds
I'm
like we can
good.
get four? Okay, all right, that's good. Then I will, before I go for an adjournment, we'll just clarify to everybody else in the audience, July 30th is the next special meeting. So that would be the one that the petitioner would like, so that would be a high probability of the next meeting. And the earliest time that we would meet would be July 30th. All right? Everybody get that information? Okay.
They're required to be here on that date.
They're not required to be here, no. But we've asked them for dates, and that's the date that they said would be acceptable to them. So I would anticipate that they will be here. Okay, any other comments? If not, we'll have a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
A motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Mr. Teet. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Appreciate your
What's the
time.
8:21.
7:21.
Oh, yeah, 7:21, sorry.
I think so.
I got it from Jim. That's a lot of people. For the guest one. It's just too.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't recognize them.
Yeah.
I assume
No,
so.
That's right, and then it's this,
I
the
assume
two,
so.
and then.
The only ones
read
who
out
really were for it,
But I started writing one thing and then, so, but it's all together.
people like the faculty. So anyway, I can't, I'm not supposed to talk about it.
So, yeah.
No, they
Did you have far to drive, or, do you have far to drive, or?
It's vacant house. No, that's what they're gonna use the house for.
It's a vacant house owned by people that want to do it, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But
No lynching tonight?
Hi, Jerry. Well, these are pretty good, actually. It's just inconvenient setting it up and scheduling it.
I mean, if there's an actual legitimate then I'm gonna get dropped off from another city. Are they looking for competition?
they have parking. There's probably about 8 parking spaces. And the driveway can be
I read through all the minutes.
Well, they would probably have to provide, I don't know how that, I'm not familiar with it, but the parking really is not an issue. Most people say traffic, most people say.
No, what I'm trying to get at, the zoning board is residential. They're trying to operate a business.
Assuming something like that happened.
Parking for if it's 20 kids, I think our code specifies handicap parking.
They may, but they have room, they have parking spaces like that.
I'm throwing things out there. Like if I was an attorney for the people, so some
Sure, sure, no, I think they're, and, you know, they can add more, I mean, they can easily add.
Can they?
Yeah, they got 5 acres.
Isn't it, do they have a garage?
Yeah, they got a couple, yeah, they
What
got
I'm
a couple.
saying is that, do we base driveways and driveway width maxes on a 2-car, 3-car garage? Or, That's, those, I guess these are the things that I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Or are we actually going to the step of making this a business? Allowing it to be a business?
Yeah, it's, you're
She
technically.
said for attorneys to do background checks on all the neighbors. She's taken video and pictures of all of us.
That's fine, she can,
I'm in
she,
an open.
yeah, she can do that.
Wait, your question was what? I'm sorry. Your-
Videoing everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's, the meeting,
Yeah,